Welcome. Hello! Welcome back to Online Entertainment. Again, I am the Dizzy Duke, and today we are going to continue playing The Testament of Sherlock Holmes. Now, before we start properly, I'd just like to point you towards this big VR on the wall. This is a little Easter egg from the actual Sherlock Holmes books, wherein Watson, this friendly fellow here, walks in one day and finds Holmes sitting down, a bit depressed, firing his gun into the wall into a VR shape, and that stands for Victoria, Virginia, the insignia of Queen Victoria, and Holmes was a good old royalist. Let's carry on. Last time, if you remember, we found a Marquis. We found his special little jewellery. What he lost was stolen by a monkey, who dropped it and killed their good old friend Fishy. Anyway, now we're back home and there's an interesting article. Let's read. No, Watson, we don't speak to you. I want to read some articles. What you got to say, article? Alright. So, we've got some dickhead writer there. Some dickhead writer. Saying that is a bit of a fraud case. That the jewellery is fake. Leave this here so you can read it. But yes. All this gripe being mean to us. O'Farley. O'Farley is a dick. We do not trust O'Farley. I do not know why, but I do not like him. Think about Prince Woodville. Yada yada. And it's me.
Prince Woodville, French culinary expert and bagpipe player, might be our next king. Well, that's not so shocking, my dear fellow.
You know exactly to which article I'm referring, Holmes. How can Farley dare to tarnish your reputation like that?
You know, Watson, that wherever glory walks, jealousy is bound to follow. As for the forgery of the necklace, I suspect that we shall soon be enlightened in this regard. Come in, Inspector Baines, the door's open.
You know, see?
Ah, Mr. Holmes. How did you know I was here?
You are one of our rare visitors who avoids the second-to-last step of the stairs, which creaks dreadfully. And if I add the clinking of the handcuffs at your belt, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit, Inspector?
Have you read that, Rag?
This article about the slander what's been saying about us.
Inspector, can you explain this slander? Has the necklace of the Samoas really been replaced by a fake?
I don't know how the reporter got hold of the information, but it's true. About the necklace, of course. I wouldn't permit myself to question the integrity and honesty of Mr. Holmes.
The necklace is a forgery? Impossible! I saw the Marquis authenticated before my very eyes, before Holmes returned it to its place.
Mr. Holmes, the Marquis believes Osmond Farley's theory. I shouldn't be surprised if the reporter isn't behind all this slander about you. He's a freelancer, well known for his explosive and subjective
He's
articles.
a dick.
In any case, the Marquis assures us that you were the last person to have the necklace in your hands.
Let's return to the Marquis's house, Holmes. I'm sure that we'll have no trouble in taking apart this theory.
It is unnecessary. Such allegations collapse on their own, like one of Mrs. Hudson's soufflés. Let us leave the police to solve this problem and turn our attention to the matters in hand.
Perhaps you are right, Holmes.
Just in case you don't know, Mrs. Hudson is Holmes and Watson's housekeeper. I believe she owns the house they live in, they just rent a room from her. She cooks for them, cleans for them, etc, etc. Let's ask about this old necklace now. What you got to tell us?
I assume that you have the fake necklace with you. It's why you're here. Your superiors would like me to examine it.
Indeed. They would like you to confirm or deny putting this fake in the box.
Can't that wait? I must go to the house of Lord Peregrine Maitland, the Bishop of Knightsbridge.
Yeah, we've got to do some stuff for him. And the Marquess. What's up with
And
her?
the Marchioness.
She is beside herself. Without the necklace, her marriage is compromised. It is the principal item of the young woman's dowry.
What a lovely marriage.
Indeed, Watson, indeed. And, alright, if we have to examine it, we're
Holmes,
busy people though.
forgive me for insisting, but don't you want to examine the fake jewellery?
Watson, I have an appointment, and it's out of the question that I arrive late.
It will only take you a couple of minutes. You really must quell the suspicions put forward in this appalling article. If you will allow me, Inspector?
Be my guest.
Very well.
If we have to. Ooh. There's a necklace. Let's have a look here. Let's have a good old look now, and let's have a little butcher's. Let's see what's wrong with this. Alright, so, oh, there we go. What's that
This
there?
pearl is a different colour.
Terrible, terrible. Oh, and a small pearl.
This pearl is too small. It is not in its place here.
What else? Aha. Bit of gold there, no gold here.
These 3 pearls are of poor quality. Too many defects. This necklace is a fake. This is nothing but a vulgar copy, and at a glance it would appear that the forger has intended for it to be seen as such.
How could we have been fooled by such a blatant imitation? I don't understand.
Yes, how is it possible? Holmes, do you have a theory about this?
I have absolutely no idea. You insisted that I examine the necklace, and I have done so. Now it is important that I keep my appointment. I'm sure, Inspector, that you will throw some light on this affair.
Holmes.
You may accompany me, Watson, if you care to do so.
Goodbye, gentlemen. I'll keep you informed as to my inquiries.
Goodbye, Inspector.
Ciao.
You mentioned a bishop, didn't you? Are we going to his home?
Yes, the Bishop of Knightsbridge. I put his address on our map of London on my desk. Would you get it for me, please?
All right, Holmes.
Alright. We're playing Watson now. This is quite cool. Get players Watson. Bumbling psychic. Oh. What's this?
And this is how my dear friend and colleague treats his clients' letters.
It's because Holmes is a badass. He can put a knife through whatever he wants.
Hospitals and dispensaries in London.
Oh, some Holmesian knowledge.
Female anatomy. I should put this book somewhere else.
Oi, Watson. Keep your mind on the job, dirty fellow.
General practitioner. That won't be of any use to me.
Anything in this cupboard? Where are we walking? Got a few doors here. Let's just do it Holmes once. We keep on with the mission. Get this map.
I have found your map.
Alright, and here we go. Gotta go down to Knightsbridge. Two badasses watching. There's trouble.
The police? Already? How did you know?
May we see the Bishop of Knightsbridge?
Yes. Yes, of course. But come in.
We're not the cops. We're better. We're Sherlock
What has
bloody
happened,
Holmes.
Reverend?
What?
I don't know. It was last night, I think. I only just arrived, and I have made this macabre discovery. My God. How horrible. I haven't called anyone. How did you know that?
Holmes!
Whoa.
Look!
The Bishop, appallingly mutilated.
How dreadful.
Mutilated. And killed. He was such a good man. How could anyone be so brutal? Look at him. He is barely recognizable now. How could any of God's children be responsible for that?
They were evidently unworthy children, Reverend. Now do please try to calm yourself and focus, because we will need your assistance. Do you have any idea as to the motive behind this?
I haven't had time to do an inventory, but nothing appears to have been stolen. And anyway, His Excellency didn't own anything of great value. I don't know what else I can tell you.
Note this down, please, Doctor.
Doctor? But you aren't the police?
No, Reverend. I am Sherlock Holmes, and this is Dr. Watson. We are here at the request of the Bishop.
Hell
In
yeah.
that case, I must ask you to leave. And not to touch anything. I must get in touch with the authorities without further delay.
Reverend, when the inspectors of Scotland Yard find themselves at a dead end, which they quite often do, I assure you, then they turn to me for help. If you will allow us to continue our investigation, then you shall have the answers to all of your questions.
Out of the question! I don't even know you! I'm going to call the police, whether you like it or not.
It would be better for everyone, Reverend, if you kept your temper. Watson, are you taking notes? This affair promises to be a complex one. Therefore, we must not overlook the slightest detail.
Yes, Holmes. I am keeping a meticulous set of notes. I have created a very clever deduction board. One
done,
thing
Watson.
we can be sure of at the moment is that this crime was not for gain. The Reverend has informed us that nothing valuable was stolen. And indeed, it would seem that the Bishop had nothing of any worth to take.
Very good, Watson. Do continue.
Yeah, very good, old Watson. Ooh. Oh, we've got a little discovery board thing. Wealth. Not for wealth. Yep, nothing valuable. And that's all we got so far. Alright. Let's go back and just do a little investigating. Yeah, I'm back to the good old Sherlock. Oh. What's this over here? Alright, no, I'll stick near the... I'll go to the murder victim first. I'll have a look at you, old bishop. Yeah, let's have a look at him. Oh, not nice. Oh, damn. I think his fingers may have been broken.
The fingers have been crushed and violently struck. A piece of rope that was used to tie up that poor man.
Poor fella. Well, yeah.
His forearms have been ripped. Pieces of skin have been torn off. What do you think, Watson?
I'd say that he was eaten alive. Yet I've noticed a curious degeneration of the skin tissue around the wounds.
He was attacked by cannibals.
His stomach is covered in scratches. Quite evidently, they weren't made recently.
So, these wounds were not made by his murderers.
He hurt himself and was attacked by cannibals.
The fingers have been crushed and violently struck.
Alright. That's all we can find from this area. Let's move along. Let's go to your feet. Not nice.
These burns are terrible.
This poor man was tied just below the knees.
To stop him from walking, certainly, but mostly to free his feet.
Oh! Did they stick his feet in the fire? As torture.
His feet have been burned.
My first impression is that he wears a size 9 shoe.
You! But what does it matter, Holmes? My God, Holmes, this man was horribly tortured.
So he has been violently burnt on the feet, and Holmes, all he cares about was the size of the shoes. Good to know, Holmes, good to know. Oh, a thumb?
A finger. Apparently it doesn't belong to the Bishop of Knightsbridge.
How dreadful.
He bit it off in defence. Good old bishop. Right, and there's finally, let's look at this old face.
You can see by his expression that he suffered terribly.
His mouth is covered in blood, and I can make out strips of skin between his teeth.
He
My
bit
dear
them?
friend, everything points to this man having gnawed at his own forearms.
That's
What?
unbelievable, Holmes.
He ate himself. Oh, weird fellow. Ah, scratching
His
chest.
chest has been lacerated, I would say, with a very sharp and fine blade.
Anything else to tell us? Alright, I think that's the body fully examined. Alright. Yeah, we've done all that.
Something is missing here.
Oh, yes? And what might that be?
His shoes. Watson, his shoes are missing.
No shoes. Alright. What's this here?
This stove is filled to overflowing.
Overflowing? Because they burnt his feet in it. They burnt the sucker's feet. What's down here?
A broken phial and blood near the neck.
What a strange smell. Chemical components, I think.
What? Poison? Did they poison him as well as make him eat his own flesh? Right, what's that on the floor? Looks like a glass bottle.
A broken bottle of whiskey. However, the Bishop of Knightsbridge was known for his sobriety.
So they got drunk, then tortured him by sticking his feet in a fire. What badasses.
There is blood on this paperweight. This paperweight was used to crush the victim's fingers.
Ow! That's nice.
A bottle of whiskey. I can make out fingerprints stained with blood and dirt.
It would seem that the brutes who tortured the bishop to death were intoxicated with alcohol.
Yeah, that's your thirsty work, crushing some fingers. What's over here? Huh. Alright, there's some sort of whip.
A whip?
No, it is a discipline for self-flagellation.
Oh no. It's going to some sort of Da Vinci Code kind of
This
shit.
metal rod is for fastening the chilies.
Chilies?
It's a cilice designed to bruise the person wearing it. The bishop wore it as repentance. This very pious man must have had the habit of mortifying his flesh as a means of repentance.
Yep, it's Da Vinci Code. God, I hope it don't go into all that kind of shit.
The picture of Peregrine Maitland, commander of the infantry brigade of Her Majesty's Guards at Waterloo.
The Bishop of Knightsbridge has the same name as his ancestor, an illustrious family.
So a good family, except he likes to chain himself up and whip himself for God. Wonderful, and what about this?
I am missing some information.
Okay.
Impossible to open it.
Yes.
Reverend, I'm missing something.
Something
an
missing.
implement with which to open this chest. Could you tell me where to find it?
No, go to the devil.
What are you afraid of, Reverend? What is inside the chest?
I'm not afraid of anything. In fact, I do have the necessary implements, but if I have to give them to anyone, it will be to a representative of the law and no one else.
Alright. So he's been a dick. Just because we're not the police, we're better than the police. He won't tell us the information. What else can we find? What else? A scalpel! Dr. Scalpel. Cutting shit. Yeah? What's happened? Pick up, Holmes.
A
There we go.
surgical scalpel, covered in blood. There isn't any doubt. The wounds on the bishop were administered with this scalpel.
How terrible. What a poor, poor man. Can I go in here?
This door has not been forced. Where does it lead,
No,
Reverend?
yes.
To His Excellency's room. There is just a mattress and a stool.
A bit of a plain room. As he said, a very pious man. One who looks after God, yeah? Let's have a look at your bed.
The bishop's bedroom. It is very austere. Nothing in particular here.
That it? Alright then, aha! Outside garden.
Closed. The veranda door hasn't been forced. Strange. Reverend, might I have the key?
No! You have no authority here. Let me call the police.
Perhaps we should listen to him, Holmes.
Perhaps you should let me get on with this, Watson.
Yeah, Watson. Right, let's see if anything... Aha! Something else here. Let's have a look down
Watch
here.
where you're putting your feet, Watson. Have you noticed these prints upon the ground?
Well, yes, those muddy marks.
See here, Watson. Footprints can often provide more vital information than the very best of informants.
Yes, if you know how to make them talk, that is.
It's child's play, Watson. We will begin by excluding the contaminating prints, which are yours and mine from where we came in, and those of our dear Reverend who was so impatient to call the police.
Alright then. Oh, this reminds me of Studying Scarlet, the first Sherlock Holmes book, where he uses someone's footprints to determine their height. Alright, so I'm guessing we'd want to measure them. Let's go and measure!
Size 9.
One size 9.
Size 9. Size 9.
Right, 3 size 9s.
Size 9.5. Size 9.5. Size 9.
So there's 2 different shoe sizes.
Size 9. I need
Is that what is that?
a fragment of stone.
Stone.
Peculiar.
Right, let's have a look at these shoes.
Hobnail boots like those worn by labourers. Well-worn shoes with an odd pattern on the soles. Well-worn shoes with an odd pattern on the soles.
Alright. You know, right.
Hobnail boots like those worn by labourers. Hobnail boots like
so
those worn
they
by
look like the
labourers.
same. That's a different one. And what's this?
This print came from an expensive pair of shoes, and it seems recent. It is not a labourer's shoe.
That's the same size as the others. Let's have a look here. Question 1. 2. Definitely 2.
That's not right. Start again.
3. 3 different pairs of shoes.
Perfect. We now know that there were 3 crooks.
Question 2. Oh! What did they reveal? One man joined those who were already in the room. One man left of them wearing different shoes. One man was carried. Does not leave footprints. All men left of them jumping on one leg. That's stupid. That I don't think. One of them left wearing different shoes because it's the same size. Aha!
Strange but true. One of the crooks was wearing a different pair of shoes when he left here. Therefore, we have 3 men who came in and left again, but one of them was wearing a different pair of shoes from the ones which he came in with.
So, all we have to do is look for a workman who likes Italian shoes.
Alright, so we've got 3 crooks breaking in, stealing shoes. They're that bad? Is there anything else I think I've, yeah, I think I've seen everything. Let's talk to Watson again.
Let us look at our deduction board.
Oh, of course. Good old deduction board. That's a lack of shoes. No shoes. So what about the shoes? One murder's left here different shoes. Yes, we know one of them left wearing his shoes. So that leads to they're poor because they need shoes. So wealth. No. What about the veranda? The veranda wasn't searched. Because they wanted something specific, that's why they tortured him. They wanted to... they didn't want to steal. Because if they wanted to steal, they would have took all other shit. They wouldn't want the shoes specifically. But they could have been hard, but yes! See, we're good. We've worked it out. Alright, there's more stuff. The chest. They were unable to open the safe. Torture. They savagely tortured him. Penitence. Bishop was mortified himself. He's used to pain. He resisted torture. See? I know, he's just that good. They came here... No, they didn't get what they wanted. Because they couldn't get in the safe. They didn't come here to kill him. Because they tortured him. So they didn't get what they wanted.
It is evident that the Bishop of Knightsbridge's
yeah.
killers were after something specific, and that they did not find it. Reverend, I shall ask you one more time. Open the chest. The item they were seeking must still be inside. It is unlikely that they will let this matter rest. They will most certainly return to finish what they started.
And I'm telling you once more, the chest is locked and shall remain so.
Very well. We have reached an impasse. You are a stubborn man, Reverend. Watson, accompany our friend to the police station and return with Inspector Baines. Baines and no one else. I shall wait for you here. Go. Alone at last. Now I can continue my investigation.
Alright then. Now, I think this is where I'm going to have to end for today. So we've searched around this room. We've found out he was tortured. We found out that the people are after something. So I'll be seeing you next time, and thank you for watching. Remember, subscribe, like, and comment if you want more. Thank you, and see you next time. Bye!